What's up, gamers? The Red Dragon here, and we are checking out Dishonored mission number 2. So we have to eliminate Mr. Campbell. So I'm going to show you how to do it completely 100% stealth, no kills, no alerts, and we're also going to pick up several other achievements along the way. So the first thing that I recommend, use the water. It's here. If you go on land, you have to take a guy out if you want to. But the way I see it is you have a less likely chance of having a body found if you leave less bodies to find. And so anyway, I think it's a good challenge too, because a good assassin doesn't leave a long trail. In this particular level, there's a lot of survivors. I just walked up to one just to show you that they don't care about you. There's that guy that we bypassed down there. So you can run around these survivors and they don't mind. So I started off by doing this level going really slow. There's Granny up there tossing stuff down, trying to avoid the survivors, and then I realized that it really didn't matter. So it saves you a lot of time if you can just bypass all this. So I'm going to jump over here, jump on top of the roof, and remember that we are trying to get several different achievements, including the Flesh and Steel achievement, which means that we can only use Blink. We can't upgrade any more of our, I guess, specialties or anything else like that. And in fact, I've read that you can't even upgrade Blink. So I'm just going through here using the bare minimum tools that are given to me. Now, once I get right here to this guy, he's a thug, and he really doesn't care if I'm here or not. So you can walk up to him, he'll just say, "Get lost," or something. But as you go up these steps, be careful. Peek out. There's 3 guys here at least, and you need to avoid those guys because they will come after you if they see you. Next, we're going to walk up these steps slowly. Notice that there's something right there in the middle at the top of this stairway, and I kept on hitting something and it kept on alerting them, and I think that's what I was doing, so be careful of that. I'm just going to use Blink to jump up here on top of this, and here I sat on top for a while just watching the AI. Finally, I'll go ahead and fast forward it. Finally, they got into a situation like this where one of them's off doing something and the other one's walking back towards that wall, so I'm just going to go ahead and take this opportunity to blink a couple of times and jump on over to the wall. And that's the first section, getting past the first section, which isn't very difficult at all. It moves pretty fast. Next up, you can run this first little part, but then go ahead and crouch down. Be careful. Don't alert this guy if you don't have to. He's pretty occupied right now, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out. And next, we're going to unhinge this guy who's held captive. We'll let him go. I'll go ahead and fast forward it a little bit. Now, I've got a body, this body right here. I don't know if it's possible for that body to be found, but I'm playing it extra careful, so I'm going to go ahead and set this body off to the side. And next, over here next to this wall, there's a few things you can jump on. And then I'm going to start using a lot of Blink, and we'll talk about Blink here for a little bit. So this is the one power that you can use, the one supernatural power that you have. You notice that over on the left hand side you've got a blue bar. That's your mana. That tells you how much you can use your Blink. Now after you use it, it actually regenerates if you only use it once. Notice I'm going to let it fill back up before I blink again, because if you double blink, it'll actually take mana away that won't be replaced. So I'm going to try to be kind of conservative with my mana, so a lot of times you'll see me wait a little bit after I use it before I start to use it again. Now there's also mana tubes, little blue tubes everywhere on the map that you can pick up and swallow, and that will also replenish your mana. Same thing with health. If you haven't figured it out already, the health bar is the red one on the left hand side of the screen. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and blink here in the middle. And then I've just really got one more to get over there next to those doors. I'm just going to go right in the middle of the doorway here. Bypass all these guys. All these guys have their back to me, so not too difficult getting in here. And from here, again, I want to stress that there's so many different ways that you can take. So this is just one of the many routes that you can actually take to get this stealth achievement. Alright, so I'm going to go through here and be careful, kind of lean out because there's usually a guy right here. Now that guy, sometimes he stays in that room. Sometimes he walks out like he's doing right here. So be mindful of that. And this is where you're getting into the game where not everything is just so predictable. Some of these people are in different positions whenever you play back through here, and they're taking a little different routes. So just be careful of that. But they all kind of do the same thing eventually. Above all the doorways. This is the biggest tip I've got for this level. Once you're in this castle, use the doorways. Stay up top. I always enjoy getting high, so I want to stay above my enemies. And you always are at an advantage, and you're not as likely to be seen if you're up here. But still be careful, crouch, because if you're running around, that's definitely going to leave some noise, pollution that can be heard. So that's our target right here. We need to pick up this book. Be careful right there. I didn't have anybody in the room. Sometimes there's a possibility that there could be somebody there. Again, my playthrough may not look exactly like yours, but you should be able to follow along pretty darn closely. So after we've got this letter or whatever it is that we just picked up, now we're going to go ahead and move into the meeting room. And I see this guy right here, and so I take the opportunity. It looks like he's going to be a pretty easy target, so I'm going to go ahead and take him out. If you can take people out up here on this particular level, it will make it a little bit easier on you in the long term. I'm not going to take out very many people at all that you're going to notice, because like I said, there's also a chance that the bodies get found if you take them out. So I'm just going to hide them over here, and this is where I'm going to be hiding as well once these people come into the room. So what we're doing in this room is you're going to see me pick up one of these mana things, and then over here, this is the important part, okay? So you can switch poisons, but what you want to do is spill the glasses, okay? And you want to do that if you're going for these achievements that I'm going for. So we don't want to kill anybody. There's a rune up there that I was just looking at, so if you want to get that, if you're going through the game normally, you can jump and grab it. It's a little difficult. And then I heard those guys next to the door, so I got scared, so I ran back over here to get in place. But it takes a little time for them to finally walk into the room once you enter this particular room. So eventually they'll walk in, and eventually they'll walk right back out. So now from here we need to follow these guys, and you don't want to be too close because you'll get seen. And also be careful because there's still a lot of enemies out there. And I believe right here I'm watching them. I'm thinking about possibly trying to make a move and trying to go out here because I see one of them's looking at the wall, and I see that one. But I just give up. It's not worth it. So I'm going to just go through here to the other side of the room. Play it safe. It's always best to play it safe, especially in this particular game. And go back to my little camping spot up here above the doorway. Now, I was giving you a few tips along in the first video that we went through as far as the walkthrough goes. I can't stress enough the importance of patience. Just be patient. Be mindful, look out, see where enemies are. I see that one's right there, so I'm going to use blink to jump all the way down here. And now I've just got to tell them. They don't ever look back, so you can kind of stay on their butt for a little bit for now. But patience is really key. Also, another thing, and what I do a lot, and what you almost have to do, like what you're seeing right now, it may look like it's one playthrough, but a lot of times maybe you actually caught it, but I've tried to edit it into parts where it flows seamlessly together, but actually a lot of times I'll have to start and restart. Saving your game is very critical, very important, and with the PC you can save it at any time. It's like F5 to save your game. So anytime that I get into a position where I feel safe, I feel like I've done good up until that point, then I will go ahead and save my game. So that's why if you get killed a few times, don't worry about it. But right there As soon as that guy in black walks up to that painting and you see that guy pulling out his sword, that's whenever you need to go grab him up so he doesn't kill that other dude. Now, whenever you're in this particular room, there's a lot of little goodies. There's some food if you want to eat it. There's some other things. I will show you that over here in the corner, there's another rune. If you're looking for it, you can break that glass. You can throw this body and break the glass, or you can pull out a sword or something. But anyway, now all we have to do is follow him up to the top. And he goes really slow. Like, if my life was just in that much danger, I think I would be moving a little bit faster. Especially if there's a guy right behind you carrying a dead body. Alright, so once we are in this position, watch out because there's still people walking around, so you have to be careful. And there's also 2 people who run down from the steps. So just hang out right here, watch the doorway, and you'll see one. There was one. And then there's 2. I don't know who those people are or what they're doing, but whatever. And check this out. Like a pimp right there. Who can... I don't even care if he's looking in this direction. I just went right over his head. So anyway, I was pretty pleased with that. I didn't get caught. Alright, so now we're going to jump back into our favorite little hiding spot above the doorways and just take it from being up top. Remember, we've cleared out only, I guess, only one person up here up until this point. So we're going to just travel around. And what we've got to do is get this body into the torture chamber. And it's giving you arrows and everything. So this game does a really good job of telling you where you need to go. It's up for you to figure out how exactly to get there. But the good thing is that there's like so many freaking ways to get there a lot of times. So just be mindful of that. Also, if you're on top of these lamps, if you get out in the middle like that, or not like I'm doing, well, actually, I just jumped right through it. But anyway, those lamps do give off a lot of noise again. So again, crouch, be quiet, especially if people are up under you. So we've got the dude in the torture chamber right now. We're going to blink up top. And you might notice that whenever you're using blink, if you need to get up somewhere, it'll actually have arrows letting you know that if you let go at that point and use the blink, then you'll actually climb on top of whatever it is that you're looking at. So now it is time to brand the heretic in your face. Target neutralized. Alright, so we got Campbell. Now we have got to get the heck out of here. And sometimes getting out is one of the hardest parts after you do your job. So be careful. There's a couple of people usually walking around up here. And this particular playthrough, I only had this one guy that I had to really worry about. So I go ahead and I take care of him. And I'm going to actually take his body and dump it over there with the Campbell guy. And again, in these rooms, like right where I dropped him, to the left there's a little box that's got something in it. I don't know what it is, but again, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm just trying to do my job and then get the heck out of here. So I'm going to use the window in order to climb out. And we're actually going to make our way back kind of where we entered the building. Not kind of. We are going to go back where we entered the building. And there's a doorway right across the way that I'll show you. So this all probably looks familiar to you. It should anyway, unless you got really bad short-term memory. Or maybe it's long-term by now. I don't know. We've been going on for about good 10 minutes maybe. Alright, so that doorway right across there, right where those people are, that's our way to freedom, fellas. And then we just need to edit out, or exit out. One thing I like about PC is there's like hardly no load times. Like I'm not even editing those. What you see is what you get. It's really fast. And I guess everybody else who plays PC already knows that. But being kind of a recent console maker, I forgot how nice that is. So anyway, just use the rooftops. And then eventually you just make your way down there to Samuel, who will give you a little boat ride. Alright guys, so that is mission number 2. If this helped you out, if you enjoy this walkthrough, please help support it, and you support it simply with your like, with your comments, sharing it, you know, posting it on other forums or something that you frequent. If you want to help other people out, I would greatly appreciate it. And that does it for mission number 2, complete stealth. 0 kills, 0 alerts. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I appreciate you watching. I'll see you next time.